Welcome back to the Cozy Cottage Homestead. Today I'm going to tell you a little story about a turtle. So when my son was between the age of 6 and probably 8, we would find box turtles. And I would put one mark on one little square with fingernail polish, so if we ever run across it again, we would know that was the turtle that we had. So, Miss Janelle, you need to get out of the little herb bed, thank you. So nosy. There's another Janelle. They're not really called Janelles, but that's what I call them. So anyway, back to the turtle. We would keep little box turtles. We would make a little yard for them. Probably about 12-inch chicken wire and about 4 foot by 8 foot. A little yard for them and make a little turtle hut. And the first one that he got, he named Mr. T, and he called him T Turtle, which, you know, pretty typical of a young boy. It was a good little project for him to do. So this little area right here, just a little sitting area that I have, real cute, have little night lights at night. Swimming pool was the recycled swimming pool from the chickens and ducks outside water that had the little hole in it, so that's been replaced. So of course I saved the little tub, and I'm going to plant a few more herbs in here. I've already got some lavender right there and right there, and then this is lemon balm. It looks like it's doing really good. We have a good little shade tree right here, nice little sitting area. And these little figures here is a little boy and a little girl. The little girl's holding a kitten, the little boy's holding a fishing pole with a little fish on it, with his hat turned backwards. And they remind me of my grandchildren. One little boy and one little girl. So, over here we have a little bird bath, little feeders. That little feeder was rusted, the red one, so I just put a little light in it so it would glow. That one still has bird feed in it. Just an old-timey big boy tricycle is what we call it. I went ahead and saved it and just set it right here by the little sitting area. And just a little welcome sign, little solar light. Then back behind here is a cute little, if I can do this, cute little bunny rabbits. They look like wild rabbits. They light up at night as well. So a nice little sitting area right here by the little rabbit house. And when I came home from my medical procedure / testing, I had to be sedated for a little while to have a test done. But I'll talk about that in another video, not on this one. This one's going to be all about turtles. So, whenever we came home, before we went inside, my husband said, "What does Vester's the black and white cat, had something kind of hanging out of his mouth sideways?" And I was like, okay, I don't know. So he went and found out what it was and got it. And it was this little red ear slider, little red ear turtle. Tiny. It's about the size of a 50-cent piece. I've had him in a little pan for a couple of days. These little turtles are very common all over. They make really good pets for little people who's got little boys or just people that like reptiles. But they do live to be about 20 to 30 years old. They eat a lot of vegetables, grass, clover, dandelion. Very popular little turtle for a pet. And I just let him loose in here so y'all can see how tiny he is and how cute he is, because it reminded me of my son, which is why I have this turtle little yard ornament here. But it's very rare for us to find turtles or even see turtles this far north. Now about 50-60 miles from here, there's turtles everywhere. The terrain is a lot lower and more swampier. But these particular little tiny turtles, called the red ear sliders, live on land and enjoy water. They're kind of like a flat little round turtle. Oh my goodness, now he's got himself in trouble. Up, and he flipped himself back over. I do want to show y'all the back. He's done got used to me, so he hasn't tried to bite or nothing like that. The back is so unique. It's just like someone took a marker and just made little designs, like something you would find etched in stone, like some kind of foreign code or something. Really, really neat. Hope this is showing up. It's really, really cool though. But he's done got used to us in just a couple of days. Go ahead and put him down. But you can see my hand, how tiny he is. About the size of a 50-cent piece. Really tiny, really little. Now, if I had some little boys around here, my grandson was close, I would probably save him and keep him. And you could put him in like a 40-gallon aquarium and just feed him fresh vegetables and fruit. And then you can buy the freeze-dried worms and stuff like that, crickets. And he would be a happy little camper. So I'm just really was surprised. You know, most of the time, your cats bring you mice or lizards, stuff like that. But he brought home a little turtle, and I don't even know that we've ever even found a turtle before on this property in the past 20 years or so. But definitely he found one somewhere, and it's a tiny little one, which was very rare. So I just put him in this little bed for right now so y'all can see him. I'm just going to let him free. I thought he was kind of cool. Hey, Miss Janelle, leave him alone. Leave the little turtle alone. Leave the little turtle alone. Who knew the chicken would get after a little tiny turtle like that, but she sure was giving a little peck, wasn't she? So today was a couple of days later. My neighbor was walking around on the property, walking around the fence lines and stuff, and he found another turtle. I could not believe it. So that was on a Friday. My cat found this little green ear slider turtle, and then on Sunday afternoon, my neighbor was walking around the property line and found another turtle. And let me show you how tiny he is. So, much bigger turtle here. And I do not think it is a box turtle because it's usually shaped a little bit different. This one may actually be a red ear slider too. They do grow up to and can even exceed 12 inches or so. And if that is true, this one here is probably about 8 inches. Now, I don't know if that measures just the shell or with the tail and the head, but if it measured the tail and the head, he may be closer to 10 inches. He is a little more feisty. He acts like he would definitely try to bite you, or a little scared, a little nervous. But I'm just so surprised that you know, all the years we lived here, we never really seen many turtles. Now, if there's a pond nearby or at the state park or something like that, we see turtles there. But just hadn't never seen any on the property. It was just kind of neat. It's like, maybe my son's thinking about me today, and I'll give him a phone call to find 2 turtles in one weekend from Friday and then Sunday. So I just thought that was neat though. 2 turtles, and I really don't think it's a box turtle because it's kind of flat and kind of round. And so I don't know. But I'm just going to let them free because I'm not going to be wanting to keep up with no turtles. And you know, turtles can carry some diseases and bacteria and stuff, and I don't really like keeping stuff in cages. Now, if I had little boys around, or even girls that wanted a little project, my son would keep them for, I don't know, 2 or 3 months, you know, until his attention span just kind of got bored with it, got tired of feeding them and checking on them and changing the water and all that stuff. Then we would just let them loose. Oh, there went a loud truck just passed. But we would let them go, and we would just paint one of those little squares with some nail polish, just so if we ever come across it again, we would know it was one that we had played with for a few months and then let go. But today we're not going to do that. We're just going to let these little boys free. I guess they're boys, I'm not sure. But we're not going to keep them. Just want to show them to y'all, make a little video. And I know my grandchildren would enjoy it, and then hearing the story about their dad when he was a boy, how he used to keep turtles for a little while and play with them and do stuff with them. So they are so neat. All of God's creatures are so neat. So I guess that's all for today. I hope everyone's had a beautiful weekend. And I'm going to probably do a walkie-talkie on Wednesday, and I'll give y'all an update on what type of procedures that I had done and what type of tests that they were doing, and to kind of give you an update on all of that. So farewell, Homestead family, friends, and neighbors from the Cozy Cottage Homestead.